Hello, here's my BritMums review for 2013. So I went in very tired, very overwhelmed. I was basically trying to work out how I was going to manage to keep doing my blog. I have a new secret project which I can't tell you about yet, which is like mega. And I'm meant to be setting up a woodcraft folk group. I'll tell you more about that another time. And of course, I'm a mum, got 2 kids, blah, blah, blah. So I went into it like that and I came out with loads of ideas as to how I can manage all this and lots of facts. I learned something in every session, even if some of the sessions are better than others. Lots of tea, lots of cake, and lots of meeting with just lovely bloggers. I met a good 75% of the people I wanted to meet and a pile more people, so that's lovely. One of my greatest fears is that because of my fibromyalgia, my short-term memory is just pants, and that some of those people I'm going to forget. I tried to take everybody's business cards and I've tried to reconnect as much as possible today with people. Because I know I forget, because I know that last year I forgot because people kept walking up to me going, hello. And I went, hello, I have no idea who you are. So BritMums, please, next year, big name tags. Because if I look down at the boob, they know I don't know who they are. Please, big, huge name tags. Right then, while I'm at it, a huge thank you to my sponsor, Sibley Holidays. They sent me on holiday last year and they sent me to blogging conference this year, so they are obviously fabulous. Great holidays, check them out. Really good value for money. In France, perfect for the kids. You definitely want to go and check them out. So the day the BritMums thing started off with Kirsty Allsop. I'm a big fan. She cleans up her own dog sick. She worries about getting her all her work done in time for summer holidays, and she gave the story of how she got there, which is very real. And she said, I was there, first person in the queue to get my book signed, like a big stalker fan. So that was fabulous. She was a really good opener. The next thing, I spent an hour getting very, very stressed because I was going to go and have one of the meetings with an agent, even though I know I have a publishing deal, but it's quite a small publishing house, and I wanted to know kind of what the reaction would be from an agent, and I'm really glad I went and spoke to Amanda because I got some really good tips. I've obviously made a slight mistake in my kind of strategy so far, so I can adapt that, make sure that's sorted from now on. So I'm so glad I went. And then I went to Luigi Bonomi's talk about publishing afterwards. And the really good news is that it appears that that whole freak out about people self-publishing seems to calm down. And they've realised that actually having a blog and self-publishing and proving your concept is actually a really good basis now for a publishing deal. So that was really, really good. Then, of course, we had the awards in the evening. The awards themselves and the people who won, that was absolutely brilliant. I was really pleased with who won. And in my blog post below, I'm going to put the link in case any of you haven't checked all those blogs out. The only downside, in all honesty, was I wasn't very keen on the presenter. I'm sure she's lovely, but she didn't have kind of control of the room, whereas other people did. Her sense of humour was just off. It wasn't like warm and friendly like Katie Hill was last year. It just didn't work at all. Sorry. So then I went home. Well, I went to the hotel with the kids. Thank you, Sibley, again. And in the morning, I got up for Katie Piper. Oh my goodness. Amazing. I cried, I was inspired, and I cried again, and I laughed, and then I cried again. She's wonderful. I've already bought on my Kindle her book, Things Get Better, and Start Your Day with Katie, because I'm a big fan of affirmations and I can't wait to see which ones that she actually used, because I'm going to use some of them in my big project that I can't tell you about. I went straight on to innovative blogging models with Red Ted Art, Country Wives, Live, Share, Travel, and Chelsea Debs. Now that was really good to just hear kind of different ways of doing things, because of course, like I said, I was worried about my timing, and I think I've come away with it thinking definitely more video, definitely more Google. You know, eventually I got there, and also ideas for how to make a newsletter work for me. I've kind of fought against the whole newsletter thing, but I think I have a plan now. And then we went on to, sorry, family in the background, using smartphone to create a video by Nigel Camp. And that was kind of like a boy's dream. That was lots of techie stuff, loads of techie stuff and gadgets and techie stuff and gadgets. In all honesty, can't be bothered. But I would have wanted to know more about things like, I learnt today, don't load your stuff straight up into YouTube. It's taken 24 hours, it's still not processed. I loaded something else up I'd recorded separately. It was fine, so don't go straight into YouTube. That's my tip. He didn't tell me that. However, he's quite right. I haven't got branding on my videos and that's wrong, and I'm going to fix that, and I'm glad I went because that's sorted. And then I went to Julie Hall's Advanced WordPress talk. I went to her last year as well. She is brilliant. I didn't realise I could put menus in my sidebar. Fantastic. I'm really looking forward to playing with sexy shortcodes and tweet testimonials and putting all the Amazon books I recommend. I never thought, put them in my sidebar. And one of the people I was with went all excited about fancy fonts and stuff. So that was really good. She's fabulous. Then I went to Advanced Social Media, which was by, what was his name? Paul Armstrong on Twitter, Paul_Armstrong. He talks really fast. Okay, I kind of lost the point quite a lot, which was a bit of a shame. He's obviously a very clever chappy. But I will start using Bitly from now on, and I will make a plan. I got that. I understood that he's saying make a plan. Okay, so I will make a plan, and I will use Google. That's kind of what I got from that one. And then we went on to the very gorgeous Julia Borgio for the photography. The thing is, her tips were great, but you're kind of looking at her photos going, yeah, right, like I'm going to be able to take photos like that. I mean, her photos are wonderful. However, I'm really glad I went. I think I vaguely understand aperture and exposure, and I loved the tips on composition and how to do a good selfie, which was really useful. So definitely glad I went to that one. And then, of course, it was the keynotes. Oh, with Katie Hill, I'm so glad she did that because they're very emotional and she's really warm and lovely. I didn't manage to see the last couple of keynotes because I was really tired with the fibromyalgia by then, and so I had to go, but they were lovely. And again, I've put the link in my blog post, so if you didn't see them or read them or you missed them, you can read them now. I didn't do much with the brands, to be honest, because that's not kind of where I'm going for the next year, but I did make a couple of connections and talk to a couple of people, and that was brilliant. So I'd just like to say thanks to BritMums. I think the nice thing is that it's 2 days because you get to really settle, and you get the opportunity to kind of mix and match what you want to do. And so even if one bit doesn't necessarily work, the other bits will. It's always going to be worth it. So I would definitely recommend going to BritMums. And hopefully I'll see you all next year. Bye.